watching Numbskull News, and today we are talking about Iowa State. They are on top of the conference. I know it's week 0, but it's going to be a minute before anybody has a better win, a better conference win, which is the most valuable kind, as far as I know, in college football. Iowa State's going to have the biggest win for a while. For a while. Now look. This is really not who picked the winner here, right? I didn't pick the game. You know, I didn't come on here and tell you guys that Iowa State absolutely was going to win. I didn't pick Kansas State either. I picked nobody. I just wanted to see the game, see the result, and then I worked from there. So, first thing I can tell you, all of these national people talking up Kansas State, and for good reason. Damn good team, damn good coach, damn good quarterback. But, so I have that's fine. But everybody buried Iowa State. And I don't mean a complete burial. No national people, not even Big 12 people, were really super high on Iowa State coming into the season. Everyone said, hey, they're going to be good, but they're going to fall short. And they may fall short. But what Iowa State just did, they traveled 4,000 miles to Ireland, playing in crap weather, and they got it done. They got it done against Kansas State. All right. So for all this talk of everyone kind of blowing off Iowa State, and a ton of publications have Kansas State winning the Big 12, or at least getting to the conference title game, and they may still do that. But this needs to serve as a reminder that people don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Good luck predicting the Big 12. That's all I'm saying. And this guy right here, in my initial start the year power rankings, I do believe I had them third. To be fair, I had Kansas State number 2, Arizona State number 1, but I had Iowa State number 3. Most of your national publications, Iowa State 7, 8, 9, down there a few rungs. But as you look at the schedule, as you look at everything, you're like, whoa. They got a lot of defensive players coming back. Rocco Beck's coming back, one of the best coaches in the Big 12. No, I'm not putting them down there. They just played for a Big 12 title last year. I'm putting them up there. I put them number 3. And even that, I kind of feel a little foolish. I probably should have put them number 2, to be honest. As far as people on X or Instagram or anywhere else on the internet who were watching that game live, talking, the Big 12 looks like crap. Oh, it's a crap game. Again, both these teams traveled 4,000 miles to play a conference game, not a non-con. They didn't play an FCS school, some multi-directional hellhole somewhere. No. This is Pharma-freaking-geddon. Week 1. Week 0, as a matter of fact. In the weather, in Ireland. These guys were knocking the hell out of each other. This was a great game. This is what you love watching when you're talking about football in the weather, in the rain. There's going to be fumbles more so than usual. Crazy shit's going to happen. And crazy shit did happen, especially in the first half in this game. So, whoever has that idea doesn't know jack about football, and then kiss my ass. This was a fantastic game. This is a great showing. This is great for the Big 12. And earlier, I watched Heartland College Sports, and I got to say, I like Heartland College Sports, but the main dude there, the little dorky guy, all apologies, he'll tell you himself. He's got a little bit of that Mother Goose from Maverick, kind of like, the Revenge of the Nerds kind of thing going on. But he does a great job. I like the channel. I'm subscribed. I watch. However, the thought that he didn't like, this team should have been played on campus. Sometimes, partner, you got to do what's best for business, the business of the Big 12. Playing in Ireland. Being the lone game on. He's like, oh, who cares? Who cares? I can't wait to see the rating of this game. It's going to be over 4 million for this game, for Farmageddon. It's the kickoff of the entire season was Farmageddon this year. That's big time. That's huge. This is why the Cowboys every year, since they first got the option to do so, have played on Thanksgiving. You know, they got a lot of criticism for doing that. Oh, you're only giving your players 3 days off where they have to play another game and yada, yada, yada. Forgetting about the business side of things. This is why the Cowboys are way the hell up here and all the rest of sports are down here. You understand? Even not winning jack shit for 29 years. They are still leaps and bounds above everybody else. Why? Because they got the biggest brand than anyone else. Why? Winning? Yes. But it's way more than winning. It's way more than winning. They have been selling their product to the entire world for decades and decades, 60 plus years, and doing it better than anybody else. Doing it better. When the rest of the league outside of the Detroit Lions said, no, we ain't playing on Thanksgiving, the Cowboys said, you know what? We're going to have the whole nation watching us every Thanksgiving. And it's paid off, paid dividends. And then you add the winning on top of that, magic. That's why the Cowboys are the Cowboys. This is very, very smart for the Big 12. Maximum exposure. Being the kickoff game to the whole damn season. It's brilliant. So I love it. And Heartland College Sports Hate. I'm glad you look. You have your right to your opinion. And all that. You have the right to be as wrong as you can be. But you don't know jack about the business side of things. About exposure. Because that was always one of the problems with, like, I don't know, the Pac-12, for instance. They never sold their product very well, did they? I mean, just look at the Pac-12 network and what kind of horror show that was. Okay, let's get to the game. All right, first of all, let me start with Kansas State. Kansas State's going to be a load. They're going to be tough. They're going to win a lot of games. You can see it. There was some rust. Obviously, there's some bad plays. There's some turnovers and all that. But damn, when they can strike fast. One damn play. Score a freaking touchdown. Avery Johnson. Look, I don't think that's I don't think that game particularly, against that defense and that weather, it doesn't highlight everything. Like, I don't, as far as, this is Avery Johnson as a finished product. We don't know that yet. There were some flashes of bad, but there were some flashes of brilliance with Avery Johnson. My big takeaway, and by the way, the defense of Kansas State, they can make plays, big plays. Now, the offensive line for Kansas State, albeit, look, Iowa State defense is freaking for real. What was that? 7 tackles for loss, turnovers, playmaking. Iowa State's legit. So they can make they're going to make most offensive lines look questionable. So I'm not completely there. Also, Kansas State, the running attack, it isn't really there. But if you turn that around, Iowa State, that's what won them the game. That running attack, they wore out that Kansas State defense. There's not a lot of teams out there that are going to wear out that defense. Iowa State can. They didn't need Rocco Beck to play hero ball. Although that final drive, chef's kiss, it was magnificent. The dude, he's a dude. This is a team that has a clear path to the Big 12 conference title game. It can fall apart, injuries, all of that. We'll find out more in a couple weeks. They got Iowa. That's going to be a great matchup. I got Iowa State. Look, I'm not saying they'll go undefeated, but you're going to have to bring everything you got plus some in order to beat this team. Kansas State, we haven't seen the best of Kansas State yet. I mean, they're still in the thick. I know they lost the game. They lost a tiebreaker. That may cost them in the end. But for right now, they absolutely do have a shot. Kansas State is still going to be a top-notch team. But let me tell you, I know they lost receivers with Iowa State. They did. But people are stepping up. That running back, Handsome? I'm horrible with names. You should write it down, numbskull. I know. But who's got time for that shit? It's not like I'm a professional over here or anything. Look. Hanson, whatever his name is, he's a beast. All right. When you got that kind of production from a running back, from an offensive line, running it down a really good defense's throat, and you got Rocco Becht, who could just sprinkle in some brilliance for you, you're going to win a hell of a lot of games. You're going to be really, really hard to beat. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody this year is going to beat Iowa State. It's going to be Iowa State beating Iowa State whenever they drop games. It won't be because this team is just better, because there won't be a better team. That's what it looks like to me. And Iowa State's been undersold, undervalued the entire offseason. And now a lot of people look really stupid. But like I said in an earlier video, the winner of this game right here has got an incredible opportunity. Look, Kansas State, they got kind of an easy next 5-6 weeks. Iowa State, if they can get past Iowa, they'll have 4 or 5, 6 weeks after that. They could run the table all the way to mid-season, past mid-season. I mean, if they beat Iowa 7-8-0 at the very least, and at that point, you're talking about they're in the top 10. Oh, yeah, they're in the top 10. If they get past Iowa, which I believe they can, this is a team that has the destiny in their control. They have it all in their control. They just got to keep their eye on the prize and keep winning, and they'll get there. I'm talking to the playoffs, possibly some playoff wins. Wins. That's how good they are. It's how well they're coached. So, look, I'm a TCU fan. I'm scared. I'm scared of what Iowa State, what these Cyclones are bringing, because it looks intimidating. And if you disagree, then we didn't watch the same game at all. You watched some bullshit. All I'm saying, keep an eye out for Iowa State, because they're going to be hell on wheels all season. Kansas State ain't going to be no walk in the park either. But I think Iowa State has just proved they're on a different level. So the entire conference is on notice. Anyway, thanks for watching this crap, and I'll be back with some more crap later. Bye.